Hello there everybody, it's me John aka Nolsey, and you join me for yet another Transformers review. As you can see, I am finally going to do a review on the G1 Stunticons. We have Motormaster, Dragstrip, Dead End, Breakdown and Wild Rider. I picked this guy up at TFN Manchester back in March. And I got this off of Toyfu. You must buy from Toyfu when you go to TF Nation. I believe it's all complete. He was loose when I bought him. He was going for a relatively quite decent price. I mean, to buy one in really good condition, you're looking at, maybe in the box, you're looking at quite a bit. But this is really cool. So yeah, thank you very much to Toyfu. You must buy from Toyfu. Thank you very much, Toyfu, for this. It was absolutely fantastic to find this. I've always been a fan. Menasor, I will say, when it comes to the combiner teams, Menasor is my second favourite combiner. My all-time favourite is Bruticus. I've always been a Bruticus fan. He's my number one, but Menasor has always been my number two. Devastator will be number 3. Some people have found that controversial, but there we go. But yeah, so we have these awesome guys. So G1 awesomeness in a nutshell. So let's get on with this. I'm going to start off with this guy, and going to do all of them individually and then combine, and then there we go. And here is Wild Rider. He is really cool. I don't know what kind of vehicle he's supposed to be. It looks sort of like a Lotus or something like that. I don't know, but anyway, it looks a pretty cool little brum. It has a rub symbol on the top. Now, I don't know the authenticity of this figure. Underneath Motormaster, should I say, there is a stamp that says Takara. So I assume this is an official Japanese one, the Takara one that this is a part of. I can't see any stamp underneath these guys, so you'll just have to take my word for that one. But either way, even if it is an unofficial knockoff, I don't care. I'm happy to have this team in my collection. So you have a rub symbol, and it doesn't really seem to be working, but it doesn't really matter. But Decepticon stickers. Now, these stickers was already applied. I haven't applied these stickers, so I don't know if the previous owner did these. But yeah, the stickers are, even underneath, the stickers aren't too bad, really. They're quite clean for if it is an official one. But yeah, rolls nicely. Very simple. So to transform this guy then, we just have to pull the legs out slightly, which is literally it. And the top of the car should just do that and bring to the back. And it just stays there, and then that is that. Then the arms come out, and there is Wild Rider in robot mode. I'm probably going to have to hold him because he's so dinky. But look at that. That is really cool. So have a quick look at the head sculpt if we can. Very simple, very minimal paint, but it is pretty cool. It looks really quite fresh. You know, I'm wondering if these stickers have not long been applied from when it was donated to Toyfu. But it does look really good, in pretty good condition. I absolutely love G1 toys. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. When it comes to like today's standard, when it comes to engineering of toys now, it is really quite... I still love G1. I've always been a fan of the G1 toys. They are so basic. Very basic toys, but there's just something about G1 where they just seem to have some presence to them, some essence to them, should I say. You know, just so cool. Transformation. But putting him back is just as easy as putting him, you know, it's just really simple. It comes with one of these. So they all come with one of these barrels, double barrel things. Let me just... So it comes with one of these that plugs right into the back, like that, right into the back of the bumper there. These are articulated, as you can see. So yeah, very, very simple, very straightforward, very cool. Just to let you know, putting him back into robot mode, he does come with his weapon. I've just noticed this is supposedly meant to be Wild Rider's weapon, but I've just noticed the barrel of it is snapped. When it comes to Toy Fu, I didn't realise this, I just noticed it had a bag with it, with the accessories. Sometimes some parts could be missing or damaged. It's just one of those things when it comes to Toy Fu, because it's all, you know, not brand new. But it doesn't really matter. I'm not all that bothered. I'm just happy to have the Stunticons. He's just got a short barrel gun now. I'm not bothered with that. But yeah, so he has a little gun with him as well. So to put him into the mode for his leg mode, you basically just put him back into the car. Simple as. It's so goddamn simple. There's really very little kind of ingenuity at all. But this... So putting him back into the car just makes things a bit easier. You basically just put this to the back and the head just basically goes up into the little port thing at the top. Then you simply add one of these. So these came with... So I've got all the accessories to combine. So you just post one of the feet into that reset little thing at the bottom, and then you've got him in leg mode. Very, very simple. So we'll just pop him to the side, move on to the next guy. Next up, I'm going to take a look at Breakdown. So Breakdown, I believe, is it Countach? Lamborghini Countach, I believe it's called, or based on. I really like this mode. I'm a big fan of Lamborghinis anyways. I love Lamborghinis, always have. But absolutely brilliant. The white on this isn't yellowed either, so I'm actually... Whoever took care of this, I don't know, but it is actually quite good. There's very minimal damage on this figure in overall, which is quite impressive. But again, underneath, the stickers look quite clean. The Decepticon sticker there, and on the front, rub symbol again. That one, yeah, so there we go. But very cool. So Breakdown, very simple little guy, but really cool. So he rolls nicely, like, again, not relatively okay. To transform him, very simple. You just bring the front up, trying to be very careful because it is an old toy. You just do that. You can't really put it anywhere, so it just simply just goes like that. Then you pull the bottom like that. What I do love about this is a little bit of ingenuity with the transformation of this guy, or both of them. There's two of them with a similar transformation process anyway. But this guy, the legs, I do like this. They come down like this. And then you put it up, and does it go up anymore? No, and that's it. I think. Looks a little bit tall, but I don't really want to go any more in, and I'm not going to force it. And there we go. So there he is in robot mode. Just bring the arms out, if I can. There we go. He's a little bit stiff, this guy, which is not a bad thing, but he's just a little bit stiff. But he is really cool. This is probably a really cool little mode, actually, for a G1 toy. There's a little bit of engineering process. Instead of it just popping straight down as being like a full thing, these actually come down as like a separate piece for this guy, and it's actually really, really cool. Again, let's have a quick look at the head. Really quite cool. Very basic, but cool. He comes again with a weapon. Let me just get it. I would assume it is the blue one. That would actually make sense. But this one does have the barrel, and this one does look relatively together. So his gun, well, if I can, that arm doesn't really want to go any further up. So again, I'm not going to force it. But little hole in there, and there we are. So yeah, that arm doesn't really want to go anywhere because of the backpack and everything, and obviously it is a G1 toy, so it's one of them. But it is pretty cool that he has a big gun. But that is really cool. Put him back in. Because it needs to be in this mode anyways for when we do the arm. But again, he comes with one of these. This is the blue one to correspond, but it doesn't really matter. They're all the same. But anyway, so he comes with this again, exactly the same, twisty. So yeah, very simple. So this obviously is one of his arms. To do the arm, I think we just leave it simply as this, but then we just pull this. I think. Oops. There we go. This just comes down, which is the little thing. I think you can just, yeah, I think I'll leave that as it is. I think you're supposed to do that. So you just get one of the fists. Once you've pulled this out, get the one that corresponds with the right hand. It doesn't really matter at the moment, but you know. And you just post it into there, and you have one arm. So we've done one leg and one arm at the moment. It's very simple, but cool. Next up, as you can see right here, is Dragstrip. Dragstrip has always been one of my favourites. He's obviously based on I believe this guy, I don't know, but it is meant to be one of like, obviously it's a racing car. I think it's based on one of like the earlier designs for Formula 1 cars. I think, because obviously you've got two front wheels and big wheels, but it's meant to be like a drag car, like drag strip, you know, drag racing. So pretty cool, really cool. I've always loved drag strip. So again, he is pretty low to the ground, so there's not much clearance there, but it does roll. The stickers on this guy, again, Decepticon signal symbol at the back, rub symbol on the front. And underneath it looks really cool and clean. There's no stickers, but it's clean. And there's Dragstrip. So transforming Dragstrip then, we just bring this down, reveals the head, and then we pull the legs down, and then I just realised this is meant to be the engine block. This was obviously up inside. This is supposed to rest in this little cavity where the legs are. So that goes in there. So that's meant to be sort of like the engine block, and this is where the driver's seat would sit, obviously. So basically, for transforming purposes, this should not be up already, but it was. But yeah, so you just flip. So this should be down in alt mode. So you just bring this up, plug it into there. That's what you should do. So I just wanted to show that. And so this spoiler thing will come there, and that will just create his legs, which he is a bit unsteady. There's Dragstrip in robot mode, yeah. So absolutely brilliant. I love this little guy. It's kind of cool. He is really quite cool. Have a look, see again at the head sculpt. There is the head sculpt. Brown and blue face. It's actually kind of cool, that little head sculpt, actually. It's quite cool. But there's that. So again, he does have a weapon he comes with. I'm just going to assume it is this one. I might be wrong, or it could be one of these two. It doesn't really matter at this point, but he does have a weapon as well. So that will go into that little hole on the arm there, like so. And he has his weapon, which is really cool. But there is Dragstrip with his weapon. So put him back into alt mode again. Let me just sort him out. And we'll put him into his limb mode, and that will just be left like that. Oh no, I have to probably bring this up as well. So what you do, like you did with Breakdown, this, which is the head, which is also the connector, that comes, you'll bring this down, and then we get another one of the fists, and that will go into here, like that. Cool. And the next guy I'm going to talk about is Dead End. So this is Dead End. I believe it's supposed to be an old Porsche, the alt mode that they've gone with. He is really cool. Again, these stickers I've not applied myself. So you have the long strip along the car, a rub symbol again on the top. Underneath looks quite clean. Some stickers underneath there, really nice. He rolls okay. It's one of them. So again, to transform this guy, then we bring this up, and it will stay like that. Then we pull the legs, and just like the other guy, these come down, as in Breakdown. They like that, and we have him in robot mode. He's really little cool. He is really cool, really cool. So hang on a minute. There we go. And then these arms will come out now because that's back down. Really cool. So let's have a quick look again at the head sculpt. Very simple, but very cool. I do love the Decepticon symbol right in the chest area. That's actually quite cool. That is a really nice head sculpt as well for a G1 figure. He's a cool little guy. Another gun, probably for the wrong guy, but it doesn't really matter. It does, obviously, it does match his paint, so I'm not going to grumble there. So he does come with his weapon. That will just go into this little hole. Get it the right way, that'll help. That gun I was about to use, I think this might be drag strips. It's not. Yeah, this one has the clearance for his fist area. This one's a little bit too. This one I was using originally will not fit. Yep, so as his gun, he is really cool. I do love him. He's actually quite nice. But again, let's put him back into the alt mode again. Just line it up. And he's back in his car mode. So he is, I believe, the other leg. So what we're going to do now is this needs to come there. So we've got the... I mean, what's really interesting about this guy is you can be the arm as well. Because it can come right down. But so we need the other foot. That will just post into the other side, into the bottom surge there. Like that. So we've got both legs done, and also both, wrong way around, both of his arms done as well. The next is the Pierce Resistance Motormaster. Here is Motormaster. He is really cool. So Motormaster is, well, you've got a robot mode, and then obviously he becomes Menasor. So yeah, he rolls really cool. As you can, there is, these wheels do move. These ones are fixed because of transformation, but the front ones, so the two back and the four back and the two front are able to roll. The Stunticons symbols on the back. I've always loved the design for the cab from Motormaster. He has always been one of my favourites. To transform him, because there's nothing going for it in this mode really, he does have like where you can open up this back bit. Let me just angle this because I'm going to need the back. Trying to be very careful at the same time. The sides should, so these come down like this. These panel bits come down. This bit, where you see the head, that comes down, and you have, so you basically have like the whole trailer bit can open up. So you have like a little PlayStation area for like maybe your Micromasters, I guess, maybe. So in order to transform him into robot mode, this comes back down. So you basically put him back into this mode, and then these, you basically just put like this. Not quite as far, so they just open up like this. Then this bit. Now, what's a bit unfortunate about mine, I will get to it, the little car. There's like a little chest piece that should go into here. Now, that little chest piece will not disconnect. Basically, this is it Blackjack, the little car? This little guy, the little roller car thing. This is the chest piece. Now, for the life of me, I cannot free this. I think someone super glued this together. That's had it previously. It will not release. So, and as you can see, I did not do this. A peg has actually come away. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to put this guy, which isn't legit, I know. Some people are going to really cry havoc at me for not being accurate. But I'm going to have to put this guy in for the chest. Like that. I know this is Motormaster, but just go with me here. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. So the next step is they come up and they will post, or they'll go there. Yeah, so the truck, there's like a little peg right here. Maybe you can't see it. There's a little peg there and a little thing there. This will come up, and that is Motormaster in robot mode. Not properly, because obviously this, like I said a moment ago, the connecting piece that connects to the little car here, that is supposed to be a separate piece and is supposed to be connected to this piece that moves. I cannot release it, it won't come away. So unfortunately, as with it being an old toy, I'm not going to force it because I don't want to break it. Okay, just bear with me. So unfortunately, he's just going to be like this. But this is Motormaster in robot mode. It's a very simple mode. Obviously, he does have movability, but because of this, it doesn't have much. But I've got to do this in order for it to look anything like Motormaster. But anyway, so he does have movability. But yeah, very cool. So in order to put him into the mode where everything connects to, okay, so what we need to do is basically the front. I think this will come, these will come just like sort of down like this and just sort of up. I believe they just come up and out the way, so the front cab area. You just basically release them, these bits, and you just put them to the side. You don't fully release them like you do when you extend the trailer. You leave them like this. And then this bit will come up to transform him. So that just plugs straight into there. Then what you do, you bring this guy in. So that will plug in to the chest, like that. Then what you do, when you've posted this in, you extend these legs. So get these legs out of the way, you extend them out like this, and then they'll come up and up like this, and they sort of just go like that. Then that will then allow you to bring this in. There we go. Yeah, this goes straight into there, like that. So then you have him sort of like this, little stubby, little stubby guy. The last thing we need to do is bring this in, which is a separate piece, which is the Motormaster head. That will then go into there. So it's just sort of like a mask. It'll just go over his Motormaster head. So then, the last step we need to do is bring in all the limbs. We've got all of them done. So we simply just, these big things on the side, so they'll just simply go into there. This one's really loose, so it's an old toy. That one goes into here. So we've got the arms in. And then lastly, we get the head, like so. And then we get the other one. We just put it into there, like that. And there we have Menasor all combined. And here we have Motormaster all transformed, or combined should I say. So all the Stunticons together in one big bot. It is really cool. I absolutely love, like I say, it's G1 Menasor, man. Everything's clunky, everything, you know, it's a G1 toy, you know, I mean, his limbs probably are the best part. Motormaster is literally just a cube with a head. There's nothing, well, a rectangle more than anything. There's nothing really massively brilliant about the design of Motormaster himself. It is very clunky. It is, you know, very gappy and panelly, but I just love him. I absolutely love this figure. It is just, like I said at the beginning, near the beginning of this review, I've always been a fan of Menasor. He's like my number 2 of the combiner teams. Bruticus being my number 1. I need to get myself a G1 Bruticus as well. But he is really nice. He's really, really cool. Yeah, really cool. So the last thing I need to show you, let me just make sure he stands up without falling over. But he comes with the sword, nice chrome sword. The chrome is starting to go a little bit on this, but it's still alright. So that one will go into this hand, say. And then the next one, the big gun. So let me show you that. So he has this big purple gun. And that will go, there we are. Here he is with his weapons. He is really cool. I absolutely love this guy. Give you a bit more of a closer look. Really, really nice. It would have been nice. There probably is stickers somewhere for the face, but it is literally just painted silver. The eyes aren't even painted. But it's really cool, like seeing it come together, and you've got all these really nice sticker pieces showing, which is the underneath of the vehicles, which actually really is nice. I mean, I suppose if you wanted to, you could have it this way to show off, because I think it is kind of like personal preference. Like if you see the leg area here, you know, all the stickers are showing. If you wanted, you could probably turn those around so you actually have the vehicles, like the tops of the vehicles, or, you know, the tops of the vehicles showing instead. But I actually kind of like it like this, as it, you know, with the nice stickers and everything, and the metal bits kind of showing. And there we are. And there is my review on G1 Menasor and the Stunticons. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review. One of my purchases from TFN Manchester back in March of 2026. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.